Hello, welcome to episode 20 of our Timberborn update to Let's Play with the Iron Teeth faction. 20 episodes. Should make this the longest running Timberborn series on this channel, so I guess that's something to celebrate. But yeah, we are very, very close to getting completely finished, quote unquote, with the tech tree here. We just have a couple more things to build that we haven't already. Most specifically, the final monument, the tribute to ingenuity, that we will unlock probably sometime this episode with 12,000 science. We've already started getting terraforming, and then I guess we could mess with the metal platforms a little bit, but I'm not super pressed for that. We haven't messed with stream gauges or these deep mechanical pumps, but again, that's not something we really need right now. And we haven't gone to an efficient mine yet, but that is not really very close to where we are currently operating anyway, so it's unlikely we'll get there. We did get to that with the Folktales playthrough. But aside from that, we have built a mud bath and a carousel in this district. No one is currently using either of these. But yeah, we'll see. Probably we'll put one of those or both of those over here at some point. And then there's a couple more decorations we can mess with. But aside from that, we've pretty much done just about everything I wanted to do. We do have a drought coming up in less than 2 days, so we're going to make sure we get all of our water situated here. Wouldn't want to run dry. Go ahead and put on our turbo speed. And then we'll be getting right to work just as soon as we're finished with this. Get a little more water here. All right, looking good. Now, why is this? Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're in pretty good shape, but we're still not making quite enough power. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is pause these number crunchers, as they're taking an enormous amount of power. And that should help us a little bit. It's reduced our demand considerably, but we're still not making it quite enough. Although this number is increasing very slowly. One other thing we need to make sure we're keeping up with is the generation of berries over here. Because we've been terraforming this entire area. So we have to be mindful of making sure these plants are kept up with. And aside from that, there's a couple other things we probably should take care of. Man, this game is so slow. That's what happens when you have everything happening all at once. We have this this area right here that we're currently building to have a mirror image of these gravity batteries. Now I anticipate that during the night most of these will come back up because there won't be too much happening in terms of production. So that would be the ideal outcome, I think. These couple water storages, well, I guess there are now. Log storages are flooded because we had a little bit of an overflow here. This is going to stay wet for a while. Not really much we can do about that. But once these are fully complete, we'll be able to put more of these gravity batteries in place. Yeah, should be the right height. I'm going to go ahead and get the first one in place here, if I can get the stuff correctly. It's going to take them a while to get there, so this will be an ongoing project, probably through the drought. Good news is, once these are built, they will provide immediate power because they're built in the up position. And while we're over here, we probably should be monitoring all of these. Of course, they can't put all of the dynamite in here quite yet, because we have to wait for all this to get built. But while they're doing that, we'll go ahead and pop in another layer of the stuff. I guess that means we probably should mark this as lowest priority, just to make sure we're all set, all good to go. But they'll be finished with this one pretty quickly. Once this one underneath it is all done. Of course, we'll take any opportunities we have to make sure stuff is A-OK, ready to go. Because really, I guess the only thing that matters is that all of this gets down as low as possible. So it's kind of just a race against time here. Although we're not really so pressed for stuff. The only problem is we're going to lose most of our power production once the drought actually starts and all of this water stops being in here. All right, let's get this popped in here. Then we can finally get the rest of this taken care of. That's right, we need to get that hooked up. Now, one thing I'm going to go ahead and do, since we are in a drought, I think we have enough saved up here. Where is my... There it is. I don't know why I can't click it. Ah, we need more gears. That's going to be a problem. Because these things require gears. So we really can't stop production. We can, I think, take a look and see what is presently being demanded. I guess we can pause our dirt excavation. Yeah. Well, while we're paused, might as well go ahead and pop those in. I believe we're going to want to go ahead and pause most of our golem stuff because that's going to take a ton of power. So we can actually go ahead and make sure. Why? Well, these should all be paused. Smelters are probably fine to be paused. Paper mills we will need. Lumberjack flags are fine. They don't take any power. Lumber mills we need. Inventors don't take power. Neither do hauling posts. Grist mills are... Okay, well that's not great. Grills, golem part factories, that's what we want. Pause all these guys. Pause the remaining golem assemblers. Then I believe explosives factories are already paused. Good. No available workers for the engines. That's not ideal. I guess we can fix that a little bit. I think it should be good to go. That hopefully... Okay, yeah, that's actually reduced our power demand considerably. That is a big help. So let's see. I believe... That was kind of scary for a minute. This should be just about the bottom of the map here. I guess we'll go ahead and get those, make sure before they build this thing, because that's going to be messy. All right. Blow all of these up. Looks like we have at least one more level. It's probably going to be 2. Boy, this lag. Something else. Just make sure these first 2 get done. And we still do have a little bit here of water getting let out, which is progress, I suppose. All right. Let's see if this is the last one. No, there should be one more. one more or two more? Okay, that's one more. Maybe zooming in like that's cheating, but that's fine. Alright, that's in place. All good to go. Yeah, let's get the rest of this in here, because I want to get these built. We got stuff to do. Alright, detonate these. Perfect. It's going to be wonderful. I'm kind of tempted to go ahead and put in another layer of these guys here. Just because I know we're going to need it. I guess that probably wasn't the cleanest way to do that. Probably should have counted more effectively here. Now, of course, the idea here being, as we're building this, we can keep doing the same thing on the other side. You know how this goes. And then I believe we can actually build a structure over on this side. I know I'm probably just super overcomplicating things, but it's kind of what I end up doing in most of these videos, right? Oh, hit the wrong button. That's what I want there. Now if I have this connected like so, it should be pretty straightforward, no? We'll let these guys get to that. And if they build this stuff, which we actually are going to want to super prioritize those, they build this first, we can actually build this way and have the benefit of all the power at the same time. Because I think this is probably going to be, it's going to be depleted sooner than you think. We are really hurting for gears. So that's going to be kind of a need here. I have to keep the planks going too. In addition to, you know, building these enormous ugly things here. Now the real question is, will they be able to get all of this done quickly? I'm kind of tempted to make this a double high water stream to try and get a little bit more power out of this. But I don't think that would be wise considering, well, I mean, the pumps do go down pretty far. I don't know, we might look into doing that at some time in the future. Alright, they still haven't gotten to any of this, which is fine. We'll get there soon enough. Now, we actually have enough resources right now to go ahead and unlock, in terms of science, tribute to ingenuity, which we have just done. This is a big boy. We've got to find a good spot for him. Now, this is going to need probably... Actually, this isn't a bad spot to have it done here. Just have all the monuments right next to each other, huh? Why not, right? This is going to be a pretty gargantuan construction project. They'll need to get a lot of stuff done here. We're going to stop importing planks and gears, because if we did keep importing those, we would never get anything done in the other district. Metal blocks wise, we should be... Yeah, we have 200. We'll be okay. We have some more scrap that needs to be turned into stuff. We just don't have... We don't have enough being generated, which is kind of a problem. See, the problem now is I can't see under the water. I guess this has all been placed. Alright. Well, it looks like most of it was placed. Alright, that's something, I guess. Waiting on gears. It's gonna be a while. Might not be till after the drought that any of this actually gets built. But, you know, progress is progress. I guess if all of the blasting is done over here, and while we already have this, I guess I can just go ahead and place these. At least 4 of them. Alright, and then we'll just join these up here. It'll take them a little bit of time to get the rest of this done. That's fine. We can keep coming back. We have nothing else to do really right now. We don't have a ton of wood stored up, which is, well, I guess that's not really a problem because we're not going to be making any more of these levee builds for the time being. A bigger issue here is going to be getting enough gears. Because now I believe this is out. I guess I could turn these back on, but we don't have enough golems to run them. Never mind. We've got a couple of them back. That should be okay. Got plenty of wood in this district to be turned into planks, to be turned into gears. So that is perfectly fine. How are we doing over here? I guess this is all hooked up, ready to go. And so it is. Now it's possible that this could last through the rest of the drought if these are still only at 4,000 and this one's coming down from 36. We might be okay. We might make it. We'll see. Alright, detonate this guy. Lather, rinse, repeat. Just keep going and going and going. I don't know how many explosives we have. Oh, we have 800. Okay, we can probably stop making explosives. Oh, we did? We just have that much stored up? Are we making any over here? No. Okay. Alright. Well, that works for me. We'll just keep on going. Just as low as we can go. Yes, this is the super riveting content you sign up for. Placing explosives to deepen a trough to put gravity batteries down. Boy, this chugs really hard. Okay. We're actually doing a lot better in progress on this than I thought. So that's good to see. We need to find a spot in this district for that guy. I think it's probably going to end up being on top of this. But of course it needs to be powered. This might actually be powered because it sits on top of this channel for here. I don't know. We'll see. If it starts making noise and making movement, I guess that'll be fine. If we were to put this up on top of this guy, there is a mechanism for us to get power out of here. We just have to build a bunch of the scaffolding to make that happen, but I don't think that's unreasonable. If I were to put this right here, it would cover a lot of the district. And every beaver at least once per day would pass through here because they have to go to sleep. So I think we'll put them right there. I am going to make him the least priority for construction, though. Because that's going to be a problem. Now, one other thing to consider is there's no longer a source of metal over here. So for us to get any more, we're going to have to go and harvest, most likely from over here, although can't currently reach it in this district. So I think I would have to put another district center maybe right here. And then build some sort of a path over there. Which may not end up being the most desirable of outcomes here. But I think that's probably what we're going to have to do. We'll just see how far that red line will take us, and then we'll put another layer of district gates in between. Oh, it's actually further than I thought. Okay. Well, maybe we won't have to. Okay, so that stops it there. That's fine. That's where we will put our district gate. All right, so now what we're going to want it to do is pop in our drop-off point right there. And then let's see what our distribution post is all the way over here. But that's just the way it goes. Gonna have to just do what you gotta do. Guess we'll go ahead and get cracking over here with this all the way across. These guys will continue to build to a certain extent. This is quite literally just going to be scavenging from this. Boy, this game is struggling. Got a whole lot going on. So I think what we're going to need to do, these guys should be able to still build a lot of this. What we need to do is start importing. Wrong district. I'll go to here to export some water. And some very basic food, like carrots. Make sure these guys don't die. Set limits. Have a maximum of 100 water. And 100 carrots. Seems good. I just don't know how far the golems will be able to go. They might actually be able to get most of the way across here. We'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, how are we doing over here? All right. Still very promising. All right, let's blow this up. It's always fun to watch that happen. Okay, so that's all the way down. That's good to go. Go ahead and start placing one by one on that side, and we should be A-okay for power pretty much forever because of how this is set up. Especially once we start generating even more. When I figure out how to do that, we'll get there. No, I don't think I have a mine nearby over here. That's not really nearby. It's probably still too far in this district just to get over there. Although I can move the district center once we actually have access over here. So I imagine that's probably what will end up happening. I'll just start building that way. And maybe, although this is going to be a pretty tall one to climb here. We'll see what I'm able to get done. We still have to get across here, first of all. These guys have plenty to do to keep themselves busy. All right, now how are we doing on our big monument to vanity? Okay, just waiting on gears, which is surprising to absolutely nobody. Okay, so we're actually declining in population here because I guess it's not keeping up with the births and the deaths. So let's go ahead and unpause here. Probably should have stayed on top of that just a little bit more. Alright, the drought is almost over. This area is fully planted. Well, almost. Fully planted again. These gather flags should be able to hit almost all of this. Almost. That's fine. Yeah, we're looking good. Making good progress. How are they doing on this guy? Just waiting on a few more gears. That's good to know. And 100 metal blocks, which is going to require a little bit more investment in our smelters that I have turned off. So why don't we turn those back on? We still importing metal? Because we shouldn't be. No, we never were, I guess. Yeah, I think we can stop importing the dynamite. Maybe just a little bit. How much paper do I have over here? I can't tell. Maybe none, I guess. I guess we have books. That's fine. Reading is important. We are going to have to turn those number crunchers back on because we are just barely staying afloat to power all of these control towers. That's a process too. You know, you have to balance these things, and it's not always easy. This is almost out of scrap. Okay. Now, can they build this? Yes, they can. We're just waiting to see if it's these beavers that end up building it. Oh, you know what? Actually, they might not be able to. We have carrots and water, so I think we can actually get ourselves some guys to work here and start doing all of our labor. So we're going to need logs and planks. Alright, drought's over, so that's good news. Okay, let's do logs. And let's do planks. Then we'll call this one 50 logs. And, oh, it's already only 10 planks? Okay, we'll do 20 planks. And 80 logs. How about that? That'll get us somewhere. Maybe. I guess these guys are just sitting here waiting, huh? Gotta get these logs. Although I guess I could just put a lumberjack stand here. Oh, but they can't reach the other side. No, they can. Tell you what, we'll just do that anyway, because why not? Alright, now somebody go to work in this thing. There you go. There might actually be enough wood to get the rest of this built up. Well, you gotta be careful where you click on this thing. Come on, get the rest of this done. We got stuff to do. I wonder if this is just a really stupid idea to get over here. It probably is. Probably is. I'm not going to be able to get rid of these trees, so I'm going to have to come in this way. And I'm going to spend all this time doing this. I'm probably not even going to end up using it. But it's just something to think about. This is also a very difficult perspective to work from. I guess I should probably start with the triple high here. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Now this is just straight up foolishness at this point. I guess that's high enough? Yeah, okay. As if we're ever actually going to get up this. But why not? Don't let your dreams be dreams, huh? Probably should have put that there too. Okay, so now that that is wasting all of our time and resources. Alright, this is now set up. Good to go. We have carrots and water. I guess we could just turn this into a human rights disaster. Beaver rights disaster? Distribution post. That's what we want. Because we are going to have to export the metal. And I need a spot over here. So ideally it should be close to the, I don't really need this, I know I do need that there, okay. I'll tell you what I don't need is this path. So guess where our drop-off point's going to be? Right next to the smelter. Which we will go ahead and restart. Yeah, we're going to have to get crafty over here. Well, at least we're still making a bunch of power, right? Boy, what a mess this is. This should be generating pretty quickly here. Alright, I gotta turn one of these back on. So we are hemorrhaging science points. There we go, that's going. These are starting to rotate as well, so that's good progress. And they are choosing to build this now, I guess, which is fine. It's going to take a gargantuan amount of, well, everything. So I think we should probably actually be focusing on these trees down here that we can harvest. Boy, this game sure is slow. Okay. Get some of this. How much is this going to cover? Oh, good bit. Okay. All right, so we'll prioritize this. Then we're going to have to bring in a bunch more beavers. We should be okay. Here, I'll build a... I don't want to mess with gears. So I'll just build a couple of these. By a couple, I mean 3. We are going to have to move this at some point pretty soon, because I think we're going to turn red before we can get all the way up here. Let's mark all these for cutting. I think I got all that, yeah. All right, we'll prioritize these stairs. Come on. And at least one of these. By one, I mean 4. Yes, I know there's nothing for you to do in range because they haven't built the stairs yet, but as soon as they finish the stairs, you can start cutting trees. It'll be fun. So, of course, if we have them cutting trees, we'll need to put in a teeth grindstone. Kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, huh? Which also means we'll have to build some barracks for them. Because, you know, I guess that's kind of important. Boy, they're sure fast at getting that to work, huh? And I guess that means we have to have a forester, too. And all of a sudden we have another district. How about that? We probably aren't going to play this for another 30 in-game days. Maybe we will. I don't know. So I'm kind of tempted just to replant these as pines. So I really don't think we're going to have the ability to do too much more here. That's probably about the extent of it. How are we doing on our... Okay, water is fine because we have these tanks. Alright, and then this is going to have to be pretty much just to drop off metal. Where is that? Scrap metal. There we go. How about that? We're already going. Just waiting on planks. Yeah, they're making progress. Slowly. Very slowly. Well, this gets us to the mine. We're going to have to move the district center probably to right about here to get that to work, but that'll be okay. Alright, get to work, dude. Alright, how are we doing over here with our power storage? Still haven't made a bunch of progress. I guess we're waiting on metal blocks now? Okay. Well, that's not surprising. Are they actually making any? Waiting on scrap metal. Do we not have any, oh, these guys are all busy. So I guess what it is we just need more dudes. Let's try 15. That should get some of these populated. Yeah, they sure are. Yeah, we'll be fine. We have water, we have some food, some carrots. We're already planting more trees. We're halfway up to here. It's looking alright, looking alright. Alright, I think we can now do... put another one of these guys, that's the wrong section. Rotate that around. Yep, there we go. Just waiting on the metal blocks. So this guy should be taking, and he is. Just go all the way up here. All the way across. Dropping it off. One little bit at a time. Alright, let's prioritize this, because I think we're yeah, down to 151 beavers in here. 15 kits. Yeah, we have 36 unfulfilled jobs. That's a lot. Alright, we're doing okay on that. This guy is missing 51 metal blocks, and they're all out of scrap over here. Okay. Still have a little bit of scrap. Just waiting on workers now. Okay. Well, our dear friends over here in the scrap harvesting area no longer need to be doing that because there is no scrap to harvest. So maybe one of them can get to work over here. Man, I'm telling you what, 3 frames per second is not the move. It's just not. Let's come back over here. Oh, now we get 5, 6 even. There we go. Of course, when it's nighttime and they don't run the machines, the frame rate skyrockets. Still check our water and our food. Yeah, we're looking okay. We're still waiting on metal blocks because they're still making them. Yeah, this definitely could not have come fast enough. I guess we really should probably be putting in some more barracks. How many beavers do I have in this one? 15. Let's go ahead and increase that to 20. Yes, I know I should probably be putting golems here, but I can't recharge them because the power is all the way over here. And that's going to take a long time to get it down. Even if I were to build across here, which would not be the easiest thing ever, it would still take a lot of time. So I think just regular old beaver power is going to be our key here. These guys are working diligently, so we'll take advantage of that. We're not going to need too many more of the construction workers either pretty soon because they're getting pretty close to getting all of this taken care of as well. Just go ahead and get a bunch of these. Just prepare for a bunch of work over here. We're going to really need some new beavers to get that done. I noticed the Iron Teeth, you tend to not have as many beavers to get the same amount of work done. I want to say our Folktales playthrough by this point, well, we've gone longer than we did in that one. But I want to say we had 400 or 500 beavers. Well, obviously we have 67 golems, which really, really helps. Where are the unemployed beavers? Oh god, this is so slow. What district? Because I know it's this one. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. I'll tell you what. Where's my maximum numbers? It's not going to let me set maximum numbers, really? Alright, so let's say District 5 is going to send to District 6. How about we send them? Oh, this already hurts my brain. How many have I already sent? Okay, well, let's say 15. Send 15 beavers over there. Yes, I know we have to get more food. Yes. Excellent. What foods do we have a ton of? We have a ton of everything. Okay, good. Okay, I guess we can start exporting also some bread. And some grilled potatoes, because we have absolutely a ton. We don't need to make any more farms. We have plenty going on over here. And I don't think we're going to have too much more need for wood for a little while, once this is all taken care of. Now the real question is, can we get across here without having to move the district center? I think we're going to be okay. Because these guys are kind of swarming this whole thing. We're going to need to build another barracks pretty quickly here. Actually, before the next drought, we really need some more water storage. So I guess I'm going to have to bite the bullet and get a large water tank. See, this is already very quickly turning into something I wasn't really anticipating. Alright, now we got to get some gears over here. Isn't it fun? What's our limit on the gears? How about just 5? So I think that's what this requires is... Oh, it's 20. Okay, never mind. Man, alright. Let's change that to 20 gears. Let me make sure that I actually saved. Yep, okay. I don't know what that other one was that didn't take super quick. Okay. How are we doing over here? Yeah, we're doing fine. Just need somebody to come finish it. Now, I'm going to go ahead, while this is here paused, I'm going to go ahead and... Actually, I wonder if I should just move it this way. Okay, we kept all of our beavers over here. Almost all of them. Guess we need to make sure our minimum set here is now going to be, I believe, 35. Might as well just make it 40, huh? That's fine. That'll get stuff taken care of quickly, huh? Alright, now somebody bring us some gears so we can finish this large water tank before the drought comes in. That'd be nice. Well, I was hoping we'd get gears before now. Okay, who doesn't have anything to do in range? This guy? You're not out of range for this. You got plenty of range. You just got to get to it. Now, this guy has plenty of scrap metal. This district should have... Okay, yeah. I got 66. That's okay. How are we doing here? Still have 562. Okay. That's looking good. How are we doing over here? Making progress, it seems. Alright, that's recharging. That's very good news. Let's put another one of these here. Just start building out gradually. One by one. Yeah, see, we're doing nicely here. Is that guy just sleeping right there? Alright, that's fine. That was always allowed. Do I have enough wood? Kind of. Well, we need to build the housing anyway, so it's not like it's not like it really matters. We'll just go ahead and get space for a couple more of those popped in. Still no gears. Okay. So now we have kind of a problem because if I put in a water pump, this is going to dry up in the drought pretty quickly. Well, we're still gonna have to do it anyway. Not really much you can do about that. Just gotta get this built ASAP. Because we got some thirsty beavers. And our supply of water being delivered is not exactly huge. Alright, at least this is pumping now, so that's progress. Probably should have done that a lot earlier. I was just kind of banking on getting this built. We're still waiting for gears. I didn't turn gears off, did I? No, okay. It's just that we're using them for all of this construction. I'm going to pause this. Maybe we can put our gears to better use in this district. We'll see. We are starting to run out of time for today. I wanted to make sure I could get at least something done. Well, I guess we've gotten a pretty good amount done as is, which is nice. Yeah, see, we're already getting to work over here. We actually have 4 unemployed beavers? Seriously? Well, I guess they'll be working on the hauling post. So these guys really need some water. So if anything, we should probably be building another one of these guys. Yeah, let's go ahead and build another one of those. Because you know the supply is not going to be super reliable coming in. Yes, we got to get another beaver pumping ASAP. All right, get to work. There you go. All right, have we made any progress on big old Mondo dude? 26 metal blocks left. All right, can we get there in this episode? Maybe. If we go for like an hour 10, maybe we might get this one done. I'm just excited to see this thing actually done. I know we had it in our last playthrough. So that's fine. Man, what a sprawling complex we have over here. Alright, that's exactly what we thought was going to end up happening here. Okay, we're finally getting gears. It's just really slow. So do we have them stored here? No. So I guess as they're coming in, we're using them, which is, you know, good. I just wish it was a little faster, you know. Let's prioritize that by haulers. Bump the importance up on that guy. Yeah, they haven't brought us any water, which is interesting. It's already prioritized. I guess it's fine. Alright, there's our drought warning. So I guess that's probably going to be where we stop today's episode. Another 3 in-game days. See how far we can get with that. They've already made pretty good progress on this. I know it used to be a little bit bigger. I don't know why they're saying there's nothing to do in range. There's plenty to do in range. Don't really understand what that's about. So we can actually put 10 more beavers in here. We just don't have enough water right now. Just waiting on gears. Are we exporting gears to this one still? No. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now only one of these is flooded. That's progress. It's probably still going to be flooded for a really long time, so that's fine. Getting the last bit of the original trees harvested. These are about halfway done. Okay, so we actually made pretty good use of resources we had. We still have 100 logs left over. We've built everything we need right now to build. So I'd say that's pretty successful. Okay, why is this guy not pumping? Get pumping. We gotta have water stored up, my guy. Did we get some delivered to, no? Okay. Because I know these only hold... Okay, those hold 30 apiece. I thought it was 10 for some reason. We just need our gears. Come on, we've only gotten 2. Well, that's probably going to be a fun problem to run into. Well, at any rate, we got a lot done in this new district so far. Mostly metal mining, but that's something that we actually needed, so that's good to see. Looks like our gravity batteries are going to be more or less full going into the drought, which is always helpful. Rising very, very slowly. We're starting to run out of golems, which is concerning. By starting to run out, I mean our rate of getting rid of the golems is faster than our rate of making the golems. So we actually have parts. I don't think we need to restart the factories, but we can restart the assemblers. For sure. So I guess we'll just turn all of those on until we run out of parts. So we have the power capacity right now. Might as well go ahead and get those going again. Probably should have done that earlier. But looks like we're all good to go anyway. What do we have in here? Yeah, the scrap metal is supposed to be being exported a lot quicker than that. What are our guys doing? I know you're not just sitting here. You got scrap metal to haul off, dude. Okay, they're doing something. Slowly. Frustratingly. Alright, there you go. Drop that stuff off. This guy probably could use a friend to make more metal. I wonder if I can't remember if I deleted a smelter to build the printing press. I don't know. Explosives-wise, I think we probably aren't going to need any more explosives the rest of this playthrough. I can't imagine. Did we ever get this placed? No. So they're waiting on materials because I don't know. No, we have dirt piles actually pretty full. Huh. Oh, I never unpaused the... I still don't know what song that is. It bugs me. It sounds kind of like Good King Wenceslas. I don't know. That's going to irritate me until I remember. All right, how are we looking over here? 10 gears. Okay, we're halfway there. It's just a process. So if I were convinced the water supply was adequate, then I'd get another 10 beavers over here to start doing hauling and stuff. But I'm just not. I mean, I guess it's fine. They're supposed to continue bringing it, but, you know, the hauling post is all the way over here. That's probably suboptimal, if I had to imagine. I wonder... We don't have extra golems, do we? No. We still haven't caught up to that, although I think it's slowly closing the gap. That's going to be a next episode thing, so I guess first time we're going past 20 episodes on a Timberborn series. So that's exciting. But yeah, we're just about out of time because we have our drought starting in 0.2 days. So let's take a brief recap of what we got done in today's... Why is there dynamite over here? I don't remember putting that there. Huh. Well, anyway, we got this area a little bit more built up. I wanted to get a little bit more done, but I did also want to have the gears come over here. Oh, the water tank is actually going to be finished before the drought. That's good. By before the drought, I mean barely. So I'll tell you what. Go finish it right now. All right, and now you can have your 18-hour days back. All right, so that's going to be filled up. We shouldn't lose this water for hopefully for a little while. I just want to see this fill up. I know I keep saying this is going to be it. Yeah, drought's actually begun, so I guess this is actually it. We're doing okay. We have this brand new district for the mining of scrap metal, and eventually we're going to put one of these efficient mines over here. We're going to have a whole lot more happen before we get to there. We have to research this, first of all. And we're not doing so hot on the science front. We're going to have to turn these never crunchers back on. So I guess we'll go ahead and unpause that. I know it's going to be a huge strain on our infrastructure, but we have fully charged gravity batteries, and it's only a 9-day drought. We already know we can survive those just fine in terms of power. And we have more of these things, so I guess now I can unpause this guy. Let him get finished up. Yeah. We're in a really, really good spot for episode 20. We now have 2 fully self-sufficient districts, and this one is operating just fine with the supplication of this district mainly. We got more golems coming, and I think we're going to be in a really, really good position moving forward. I don't know how many more episodes of this there are going to be. Probably just a couple more. I kind of wanted to get finished with these monuments, but I guess that's not going to happen this episode. Oh, unless we get one more. Unless we get one more thing of metal. Do we have it? Are we going to have it? If so, I'll wait. Yes. Yes, there it is. Looks like we're going to get this guy. And he's done. Wow. Except he doesn't have power, so that'll be a problem for next episode. But he's done. In all of his hideousness. You have the progression. Good, better, best. I love that these have different sounds. I do wish the sound's kind of layered, though. Because it kind of cuts him off. Oh, anyway, that's cool. We'll get power to him soon. And this one is over 200 metal blocks away, so that's going to be quite a while coming. But next episode, we'll get power to this guy and get him all fired up, ready to go. It should be a pretty simple matter. I did think the power would transfer vertically through these guys, but I guess it doesn't. We might have to just kind of game the system here. Run power into the side of this guy so it doesn't look quite as stupid. We'll figure it out. That'll be a problem for next episode. But as for right now, we're looking good. We got a pretty good amount of water stored up here. They're going to keep pumping until that water goes dry, which is, what they're supposed to be doing. And yeah, we're in a good spot. As always, I really, really appreciate each of you watching these. I know they've been getting a little long the last half of this this playthrough. So if you like the long videos, great. Good for you. If you don't like the long videos, I'm sorry. We'll try to have a couple of shorter ones sometime soon. But I always appreciate comments. So if you have any comments, questions, concerns, constructive criticisms, suggestions, or just something you think I should know, leave me a comment down below. I read every comment. I respond when I can, and when it's something that adds to discussion about the videos. So feel free to interact. I like talking to you guys, and I know a lot of you have had some very, very helpful things to say that are always appreciated. So I look forward to interacting with you there. As always, I do occasionally try to live stream over on Twitch at twitch.tv/jcthebeard, playing mostly not city builder things. Been trying to get back into about one stream per week over there. It's kind of hard with real life stuff, but it's always a good time. So if you want to be a part of it there, give me a follow. It's absolutely free, and I don't ask for anything over there. So if you want to be a part of it, that would be great. If not, we're happy to have you here on YouTube just the same. And the traction these videos have been getting has been really, really fun to watch. It's been a lot of really great support, and it's a really, really great growing community. Going to try to launch a Discord soon. Maybe this week if I can get it all figured out. I'll be sure to update you guys when that happens. I know I've been promising that for a while. It's just kind of hard to get stuff done, Time gets away from you. And speaking of time getting away, we are really out of time for this episode, so thank you so much for your patience. I think we're getting a lot of good stuff done here, and I look forward to seeing what we can do as we try to reach the conclusion of this playthrough and start a new one, because I know Update 3 is coming very soon. It's on experimental right now, and hopefully we'll be out on the regular release sooner rather than later. But yeah, that's all the time we got for today. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Until next time, stay safe, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.